YouTube, it's Pack Bundles. I'm here with a Pokopia info video, and we're talking about water. So this is probably going to be some stuff you have figured out or maybe haven't figured out, a little mix of both. First thing, the sprinkler can't be more than 6 blocks from water. So if I pick this up, right, and then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay, we're going to get water. We're going to get water every time. If I pick this up and try and put it 7 blocks from water, we don't get sprinklers. All right, you can see my people building my Pokemon Center in the background here. But anyway, it's got to be 6 blocks from water. Now, what that means is that it can be any one of these blocks, okay? The water can be any one of these blocks. So if water was here, the sprinkler would work. If water was here, the sprinkler would work. And if water was over here, the sprinkler would work. I didn't obviously make these farm soil. This is my man Scissor's house right now, so we're gonna let him rock. But here it is. So pretty basic. Just wanted to show you the watering pattern, okay, of the sprinkler system. The thing that is nice about the sprinkler is that it leaves you with these very aesthetic corners, right? So you can sort of put other plants here, or whatever it is that you want. It's going to be symmetrical on each side. Obviously, if these two SpongeBob blocks were farm soil, they would be wet, right? Because water is in the middle of them. But if it were up to the sprinkler alone, they would not be, as you can see. Irrigation, by comparison, is definitely much higher yielding, right? So if you want just the biggest yield possible, it seems like irrigation is the way to go, because if we were to irrigate this, right, and if we were to go water, plant, plant, water, plant, plant, water, plant, plant, water, plant, that is going to get us 77 blocks used and 44 blocks unused. Whereas with the sprinkler system, we are at a minimum of 58 blocks unused, right? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 9, 12, 15, okay? 15 times 4 is 60, minus 2 if you decide to use these SpongeBob blocks as farm soil. That's 58 blocks unused. So irrigation just seemingly is going to get you way more planting space. But, if you're not into the aesthetic of irrigation, or if you don't want to hide the water, or just whatever the case is, if you just want to have like a nice square garden, the sprinkler system might be the one for you. And this is how it's going to look if you decide to use a sprinkler. Next, we're going to talk about irrigation. We're here on my cloud island, and I've set up a little water park and irrigation dish to illustrate a couple things. Irrigation, very straightforward, all right? It needs to be 2 deep and 3 wide. So if you look, this is only 2 deep right here, not 3 wide. And we've got some slits in our irrigation ditch that water is going to actually seep through. It's pretty interesting. I think that might even be desirable in some cases, because that might let you do some clever building things. But that's not what this video is about. It's just about irrigation. So obviously, we've got 2 blocks here on this end to illustrate the seal off. And one waterfall is going to be longer than the other when we put the water in the ditch. As you can see, this one is 5 blocks long, and this one is only 3. Now, waterfalls themselves, okay, are very, very finicky. All of the testing I've done has led me to believe that you really just want your blocks, your waterfalls, to be 2 wide and 3 high. If they're not those dimensions, you're in for some potential heartache. So, as you can see here, this is too tall. Got the option of waterfall. Okay. Can't land 4 blocks high in front of me. It just won't happen, right? For whatever reason. Now, if I go up this waterfall and I'm going to go to the left, 3 blocks high, it's all good. I've only ever gotten to land reliably 3 blocks high. For some reason, when you try and land higher than 3 blocks, it's not looking good. I don't know why. All right, so we're going to do this real quick. And as you can see, when you do get control of the Lapras back, you are able to move a little bit, and you can go left or right. Now on this waterfall, just to highlight how weird they can be, I'm able to go 4 blocks high, but I don't know why that is. frankly. I don't know what's good with that. I do know, though, that 3 blocks always seems to work. I think it has something to do with the way you're facing and what's around you or just whatever, but I would just plan around a 3-block high landing so that you always land where you want to be. And I guess the last thing really is that you jump about 8 blocks from your jump start, right? So it's about 8 blocks right there. And again, 5 blocks seems to just be totally not a thing. You just don't even get control of the lappers back in time. And that is pretty much it for that little demonstration. Now, what I've done here is cooked up a little spreadsheet, basically just illustrating everything I talked about. Irrigation needs to look like this. Double waterfall needs to look like this. Minimum ride needs to look like this. That's for waterfalls. And this is the sprinkler map, with the magenta tiles being all of the tiles that water could be. It needs to be at least one of those tiles. Got a little note here explaining that. I will leave the link to this spreadsheet in the description if you think it's useful. You can probably remember all this stuff, but you know, I've got some things going on here otherwise on this spreadsheet, so they're all here anyway with excavation and electrical. You can check those videos out if you want to see them. Just a quick video on some stuff I've tested. Pretty basic, but thought I'd talk about it. Thanks for watching.